Hi, in this short video I'm going to explain some of the usability enhancements that we've made in the spring 2012 release of AssociCom. The vast majority of the usability enhancements that we've made have to do with what we call the Explorer view in AssociCom. So what I'm going to do is come and select the library here. And this is what we refer to as an Explorer view. On the left-hand side we have a set of folders which are displayed here, which we can navigate through, opening up those folders. And on the right is shown the contents of the currently selected folder. So for example, at the moment I have the root library folder selected, and so I am seeing the other contents that are in that folder. If I were to come down to this photos folder, I would see the contents of that folder available to me. Now, this Explorer view is actually used in multiple places inside AssociCom, so the usability enhancements that I'm going to talk about apply in different places in the system. So for example, if I go over to the Groups tab, we see the Explorer view again. We have folders and subfolders. Now, actually I haven't created any here, but that would certainly be possible. And the contents of those folders or subfolders are groups, so it's a way of organizing the groups on your site. And then we have the Discussions tab. And here again we see that same Explorer view. We've got folders and subfolders. And the contents of those folders are things that are related to discussions and interactions between people. So it's actually discussions, questions, and polls. Those are all the types of contents that can go in the folders here. And as I've mentioned elsewhere, you can sort of think of this as being a topic and subtopic hierarchy. So we represent it as folders, but in a sense you can think of it as topics. So I'm going to go back to the Library tab and I will just go through all of the new usability features here. So the first new usability feature with the Explorer view is the use of these drop-down menus. And these menus are available at the upper right hand here for operating on the currently selected item. So here I am able to, for example, watch the root library folder, and I can have a drop down and look at the other options that I could do. And I also have the opportunity to directly act on any of the contents of the folder as well through the drop down menus that are attached to each of those particular items. So for example, I can stop watching this particular folder. So the system knows that I'm already watching it, and therefore it just gives me the opportunity to stop watching it. If I do the drop-down menu, I can see the other options that are available to me to flag this or to start the relationship browser at this particular item. If I come over to this folder here, I'm not currently watching it, and so you see I have the ability to watch it. I'm going to do that drop-down menu. That same flag and browse operations are available to me. And if I select one of those, you'll now see that the state of that has changed. I'm now watching it, and so it's now giving me the opportunity to stop watching it instead. So that's the first usability enhancement we've made, the ability to operate directly on items and a simplified mechanism of drop-down menus for operating on the current folder that you're in. The second change that we've made is that we've added an additional view for each of the folders in the library or in an Explorer view, and that's done through here. So I can display as icons or I can display as a list. So I'm displaying the same information. This is still the contents of the root library folder in this case, because that's what I've got currently selected, but it's being displayed in a different way. The advantage of the list view is that it does provide a little bit more information on the item. So for example, here I can see that this folder was created by Nancy Jones. I can see how many items are inside of it. So the advantage of this view is that it does provide a little bit more information on the items in the folder. So I'll just flip back to the icon view. I'm going to go down to the Photos folder here. Now in this folder I've got a number of photos, or in this particular case screen snapshots that I've taken. And a feature that we've added here is the ability to quickly browse through all of these in a slideshow format, and that's done through this button up here. So I can click on this. Now I'm able to quickly browse through each of those. So if you have users who have wanted to create photo album type effects inside of an AssociCom site, this slideshow feature really makes that much easier and nicer to deal with. So, those are the usability enhancements in the spring 2012 release of AssociCom. I certainly hope that you will look at some of the other videos where we've detailed some of the other new features included inside this release.